Hello, and welcome to this assistive technology video. Today, we are going to be talking about a no-tech device that you have seen in all types of classrooms growing up, whether you realize it or not, was helping develop some motor skills and improve your handwriting. And that, I'm talking about the pencil gripper. Although the pencil gripper was only developed in the 1990s, it has become an essential part of many classrooms and used by many occupational therapists in schools. The goal is to get the functional grip on a pencil or pen proper for a student to be able to write. For a lot of students, especially if they didn't have a lot of practice with writing going into school, that becomes one of their biggest issues and their biggest focuses of teachers. But it's something handwriting is difficult to teach, especially if you don't have those great motor skills and if you don't have the grip right, which is something that many teachers aren't really taught. So it's up to occupational therapists typically to help students improve that motor function and their handwriting. However, I want to show you a few different examples of pencil grips that you can use. And all of them are around the function of the triangle grip. So you use your thumb, your pointer finger, and your middle finger, and essentially you want to make a little triangular grip with your ring finger and your pinky finger kind of acting as placeholders, usually next to your middle finger. So with the pencil grip placement, you usually want to have it slightly below the center of the pencil. You don't want to have it all the way up by the eraser, and you don't want it all the way down here. You want to get nice and spaced on both sides. And the way you want to grip it is to follow that triangle formation. So you get for this kind, you'd have your thumbprint here, your pointer in one of these, and your middle in the other. And then your other two fingers kind of hang out. So what you'll see with a lot of students who struggle with this, especially when they come into school, sometimes they'll just grip it full hand, sometimes they'll just do two fingers, and the rest of them will kind of just be hanging out. Or sometimes they're kind of just going like that, where they're just not really holding it, they're just kind of wrapping it around with their pointer and middle finger. Sometimes they're even doing something like that. So we want to get that practice. We want them to understand the function of a pencil grip is to get used to that specific grip that'll help normalize and improve their handwriting. So there's so many different types of pencil grips. And what's great, now they come in so many different shapes and sizes, and they look all different. There's so many different colors that, like I said before, students don't even know that they're using a pencil grip, that it's used as assistive technology. With some other things, students might kind of get some looks, especially in the younger years, because they're doing something a little different. With pencil grips, kids love them, even if they don't need them. So that's why they're great. I used them plenty when I was younger, and I still have bad handwriting. But compared to where I was in my early years before pencil grips, it's a whole different world. So some of the examples include this one, which I showed you before. So this one just kind of has little imprints where you're supposed to place your fingers, but nothing a little crazy. This one's a similar function where you have 3 finger placement spots, but there's no holes or anything. You just kind of have to place your hand there. Another example is a 3-finger hole. So each one of these is open for a finger. Just place your thumb, pointer, middle like that, and it forces you in a way to hold the pencil like that. And as you can see, nice and smooth. And last but not least, here's a cute little 2-finger one where your thumb and pointer go in, your middle finger goes through the little pocket, place it in, voila. And there are so many others. There's a 3-finger, there's a 2-finger, there's a 1-finger, there's no finger. There's some for students who just grip the pencil way too hard. They're just more of a cushion even. And so if the placement of the grip isn't the issue and the finger placement, but sometimes they just like squeeze the pencil until their fingers hurt. And that's the students you'll see that usually they write for a little bit and then they have to take breaks because they get tired. So whichever one you kind of need, you can find them anywhere. Find them in your local classroom, at your local school. You can buy them online. You can buy them at any little store. They're pretty popular around. So for students that have any typically motor delays, any exceptional children, maybe with something that like a specific learning disability with specific learning disability with writing, like formerly known as dysgraphia, or anything in those regards, a pencil grip is a great way to start improving your handwriting. And make sure you start them while they're young.